Okay, what's up everyone? Welcome to another video. This time not a mail call. It is all of the goodies that I got from a card show. This is my second card show ever as an adult, and I got some bangers. I bought a lot of damaged today is what I did, or HP or MP. Things I felt like I could get some good deals on. So maybe we just go through it and see what we got here. Let's grab all the top loaders first. We pretty much already saw these anyway. So what do we have? I'm going to take these out. So we're going to do this nice and slow, go one by one. A lot of these I bought, because I thought I could get a good deal on them. And good deal might even be subjective, like I may have overpaid for this Raichu, for example. I did not pay sticker price on this thing. Wow, that just does not want to come out of there. Most of these that I'm about to show you, I did not pay the price that is listed. Which is why I like getting some of the more beat up cards, but holy mackerel. This must be Lieutenant Surge's Raichu because it has seen the war. My God, look at how much of the surface of the card. Honestly, I would have... I paid less than 12. I really wish I would have paid like more like 5. This thing is just so beat. But the show did not have a lot of cards I was interested in. Nor did it have a lot of cards that I didn't have that were prices that I wanted to pay. So I kind of maybe not settled on some of these, but definitely just went in a direction that I might have chose differently if A, I had more money, and B, some of the cards that I wanted in the condition and in the price were there. So yeah, this is just damaged all the way. I mean, it's pretty easy to tell. It's got this little flip on the corner. It's got surface missing. The hollow is like so rough that it doesn't even really, you can't even see like any sort of, oh, there we go. There's some stars. I was going to say the stars are gone. It's so bad, but even then, like, look, some of these you can just barely even see coming through. Oh, he's got a star right on the little curl of his ear, though. That is so cool. Even as beat up as he is, he's got a nice little star earring. Look at that. What a boy. And then nice crease on the back here. I wonder if this is PSA 1. I really, or Tag 1 for that matter. I really want to become a little more acquainted with like criteria for that, because I love the idea of a 1. I just think that, just like the extreme of the 10, that extreme is also really appealing to me. So there we go, nice beat Raichu. I'm going to put this back in its sleeve just so I remember what I paid for it. Let's see what we got here. Next is Erica's Vileplume MP. This one I didn't even take out of the top loader. The guy gave me deals on all of these, and I just figured, you know what, like if I'm gonna pay less than sticker on this card, I need it for my binder anyway, so I'm probably just gonna buy it instead of waiting around for an LP that I'm gonna pay, you know, $15 more than I paid for this one, or something like that. So edges are rough, it's easy MP on the back. Well, yeah, with some of the wear on the surface of the card too. I think it's gonna clean up really nice. I think the foiling will polish and clean. It does have a lot of light scratches, it looks like. Other than that, it's not terribly dirty. Some fingerprints. There's some little dirt on the left. Pretty card, and one that I didn't have already, so really just wanted to snag it for a decent price in whatever condition, and add it to the collection. So now we've got... Oh, I was like, why does that not have a price? Because it's on the top loader. Wow, that's kind of annoying, actually. I guess I'll put this back in the top loader then so I can keep track. Okay. Magneton. I couldn't pass up a base set card. Man, these get like... Now I see why people beat on their wrists to get these to come out. It's because they just like get a tiny bit stuck. Okay. This is hard to, it's hard to pass up on base set for me. What is this? I couldn't tell if that was ink or not. Again, it was $7, and so I was like, you know what? Like a damaged version of this has got to be like $5 or something. So, and I paid $5 for it. I didn't pay $7. I paid $5 for it. So I figured another copy of Magneton, another base set card in basically whatever condition was going to be fine. And it is very scratched on the holofoil. It's actually missing a slight surface of the card down here by my right thumbnail where you can see the shine coming through. It's got this little piece up here on the left that's going to clean off. That just feels like dirt. And then the back is like moderately played. Actually, it looks like a really good moderately played. There's some gunk on it that will clean off really nicely. Just looks like fingerprint grime. Looks like somebody's dirty hands were on it. So yeah, honestly, it probably is an MP. Honestly, if I was selling this, I would call it at least HP because the foiling is just like scratched to shit. It is so rough. Looks like you took a little Brillo pad to it and just scratched it everywhere. But it's a 1999 Magneton, and it was $5, and I'm gonna clean it and make it look a little bit better. So I was really happy to pay that. I didn't even look at what the price was for that on TCG. I just figured base set Magneton. He's willing to sell it to me for $5. I'm pretty excited about that. So a lot of cards today. Well, not a lot. A few cards today that I bought I was really not super certain about and may not have been the best deals, but they were... I was on more of a budget today, and they were more affordable than the better conditioned versions of themselves. So like this Gyarados is pretty beat. This is basically HP, if not damaged. There's a crease in this one that you can see a little easier from the back, I think, when I can get the light on it. Yeah, like right there on the right of the Pokeball. Big indent crease. And then, I guess if it weren't for the crease, the back would be more like moderately played. In the front, foiling's not awful, actually. It's not really scratched too terribly bad. There's just that crease that goes through the front. And then there's some dirt on it, and there's a lot of edge wear and hollow bleed, and yeah, it's a beat Gary. I could have got a better condition one for double the price, but I figured today I really just wanted to get as many cards as I could. So instead of getting a lightly played or moderately played for 20 or 25, I got the beat one and the stickered at 11. I paid 10 for it, which maybe was too much, but I'm just happy to have it in the collection. I know I could probably get LP for around 20, but again, if I pay that price, then I can get one more card, and that just helps me fill my binder a little faster. So, Ursaring. This is a card that I really wanted to buy because I don't think I ever owned it as a kid. It is cooked. It is superbly. It's so cooked that I saw all the places that it was cooked when I bought it, and then now I'm seeing even more of them. Like, look at this. The card is actually peeling off of the cardboard here. Wow. That is wild. So, really need to figure out what the PSA 1 standards are. I think this could be a contender. Literal damage, like the card is just missing a piece of itself here, and paint and surface and everything. There's like multiple creases that go through the corner, and then this whole bottom middle back right part of the card. A little bit of wear here on top right back, and then like a small, actually a little small crease in the middle too that I can't really see from the front. It's pretty fine, but man, this is cooked. This is this is more cooked than I realized when I bought it. Holy crap. Yeah, this is one that I just bought because I was starting to see a bunch of other cards that I wanted. So this one came in the pile with Vileplume, Magneton, Raichu, and a bunch of other cards that, because I bundled them together, I was able to get a really good discount. And because I don't have this one, and because it is so beat, I just threw it in. Look at this freaking dirt. Grossness. I'm going to clean this thing for sure. It's got dirt all over the thing. So, normally wouldn't buy them this beat unless it was a really good deal, which is funny because later on you're going to see another one that I bought that was and is super beat, but it was also really cheap and it was very nostalgic. So let me see if I can order these in a way that makes sense. So yeah, let's do that, and then we'll do the new ones maybe at the end. So all right, more vintage. This one I actually bought with the Gyarados. This is an Electrode, a jungle Electrode with no jungle symbol. And I paid more than I wanted to. I wanted to pay like maybe a few dollars less. But of course the guy selling it really wanted a little bit more just because it doesn't have the jungle symbol. So I went ahead and paid for it. I figured, you know what, in the grand scheme of things, it's still pretty good condition. It has like some Scotch tape markings on the back and on the top left here. I'm not sure how or why that's there, but I knew I could just clean it off if I spent some time with it. And otherwise, the foiling is pretty good. It's still probably a mod play foiling. It's not the best, but it's not like as beat as the Magneton, for example. And then the edges really aren't too bad either, considering like it has a lot of hollow bleed, but it's not in the worst shape. And just some nicks, very light whitening on the back actually. So I think it's a pretty good example of a mod played hollow and missing the symbol. It was really hard for me to pass up. So I think I paid $13 for that. I really wanted to pay $10, and the guy just seemed like he would much rather keep it. So I was like, you know what? All right, I think I would much rather grab it while it's in front of me and add it to the collection. So this Victreebel also was in with the Ursaring and the Vileplume and the Raichu and all those. This thing I think is mildly cooked. It's got HP on the sticker. The foiling is really nice. Like, the foiling looks great. I don't see a lot of scratches on it. It pops, it shines. It looks good. Honestly, the front is really clean. There's a little bit of dirt, and there's a little flip here at the top right corner where you can feel like a tiny bit of separation in the layers of the card. Otherwise, not bad. The back looks like somebody like opened a can of soda next to it, and the the excess came out of the top, and you can feel the grime on it. You can see the dirt and the residue. So I think probably HP for that is why it was how much it was, and maybe because of this flip in the top right corner too. But I paid $5 for this thing, and I needed a Victory Bell for the collection. So I was just like, you know what? I kind of like paying $5 for a damaged card or an HP card that I can clean up a little bit and looks good in the binder, until I decide, you know, whether I really want to spend money on a different copy of it or a higher quality copy. Like, yeah, I'd love for it to be English. Yeah, I'd love for it to be LP. But if I can get Japanese that needs some cleaning and it's $5, then it's still a Victory Bell that goes in the jungle slot. So, okay, moving on. I hope the AC is not too loud in this video. My AC is very archaic. So here's another one for, well, I mean, these are all for the PC, let's be honest. But sometimes I buy extras for trade, or I don't know, just, you know, these cards aren't getting printed again, so it's nice to have the originals. But look at this, $5 Nidoqueen. I did pay $5 for this because A, I need it for the collection, and B, it's really more like a lightly played, like a moderately played Nidoqueen without the ink on it. So, like, there's no creases. There is whitening across the top. There is, like, very light whitening across the bottom, or the sides, rather. Like, it's MP, but it's a nice MP. The foiling shines. It's still got some scratches, but again, it doesn't look like somebody took a little Caterpie with a Brillo pad and put it to work. So, and it's dirty, but the dirt will clean off. So it's like a really good MP, and then it just has this freaking marker or something across the front. And I say marker because it doesn't feel like there's an indentation from like a ballpoint pen, and it also looks, the way that it has faded, it looks more like light marker ink. So, $5 Nidoqueen, really hard to pass up. I'm going to try and clean the ink off somehow. Probably just going to try, you know, cotton and a little bit of water and see if that'll do it. If it doesn't, I might go to more extreme measures, but if not, worst case, then I just clean the rest of it. It looks good, and then it just has some ink on it, and I got a $5 freaking Nidoqueen for the PC, so pretty excited about that. That was a good pickup, and I got her lover, Mr. Nidoking, as well. So picked up the Nidoking. I'll organize these a little better. This Vileplume was in that stack. I got those together. So I got Nidoking as well. This one I got from, oh, I got this one with the Electrode, actually, now that I think about it. I got it from Electrode Dude. This one I think is damaged as well. It's literally missing card down here at the bottom. Nidoking to me is like a $20 card in lightly played condition. It's got some really good scratches on the hollow foil, so this is like easy MP there. It's kind of missing like card at the top. It's hard to see on the desk. There we go. Like, you see where the light's shining through right there. So he sold it to me as damaged, which I really appreciated. It's got like some like little bite marks on the side. They're not really bite marks, but that's kind of what they look like. You know, they've been roughed a little bit, and then just light whitening everywhere else. So maybe without the front damage, it would be like HP in the back or MP in the front or something, but again, I needed it for the PC, and when I had already picked up Nidoqueen before I was doing this deal, it was really hard not to want to get the counterpart. So I got the Nidos today, and that's really nice because I needed King for base set, I needed Queen for jungle, and now they're going to look really good in the binder. So I'm excited about those. Alright, there was another binder that I picked a lot of stuff out of. So this all came from the same seller. Check this out. I would love to say that I only paid $1 for it, and I did think about trying to talk the guy down, but at the same time I was like, you know what, even $2 I think is pretty fair. I bought this purely out of nostalgia. This is so beat, but it just looks like every Machamp from the 90s, you know, like it just looks like what Machamp eventually looked like, because there were so many of them that everybody had them and they didn't treat them very well, and it's just got freaking a crease here and a crease there and a crease here, and not only is it creased, it's literally missing part of the card. Like, there's just, look at this thing, man. It looks like Machamp tried to break out of the card. And then there's just all kinds of scratching all the way around. There's little flips on the corners. The back is just so beat. Look at all this creasing on the back. So yeah, I really wanted to pay $1. I didn't feel like haggling with the dude either. So I just went ahead and paid the $2 for it. But I felt like I had to. It just felt so nostalgic for me to have this and to be able to put it in the binder, because like I'm pretty sure I had one that looked just like this. I had one that was sealed too, that had never been opened, but also I had one that looked like it had been through the wash or something. So that was a fun find. That Machamp was really cool. I guess Nidoqueen. I put them in the wrong stacks. So, like I said, got some good damaged today. Also picked up this bad boy, this Poliwrath, with freaking all kinds of nastiness on it. Oh, I didn't even notice it had been priced more than once. And I already have Poliwrath. Oh, you know what? I might only have a base set 2 Poliwrath now that I think about it. This might have actually been a better grab than I realized, or fully realized, because I don't think I have a base set Poliwrath. I think I just had base set 2, but clearly damaged. Not only does it have like all this crud on it that you can very well see, but there's parts of the front of the card missing. There's a deep scratch here. It's not a crease, but it's just a super deep scratch. Right there at the bottom of his foot, and then over here on the side. But again, $5 is, I think, a really fair price for any card that's damaged. There is actually a crease that goes down here too. Yeah, you can see it raised just slightly. You know, it like contours perfectly with this curve in the bubble of the art. So I don't think I even saw that when I looked at the card, but you can see where that light shines with the curve is actually a crease. Wow, what a perfect spot for that. So yeah, $5, dirty as heck, Poliwrath, base set, $19.99. I'm going to clean it up really good. It'll still be damaged, but it'll be a really clean damaged, and it'll look good in the binder. So, and I don't know, maybe I'll send some of these for PSA 1. Like, this would look good in a slab, you know? Like, look at this on its own. Imagine it doesn't have all the dirt on it. And from a distance, the scratch is not so bad. And you just see Poliwrath, just old school Poliwrath. So, we'll see. We'll see. Also, I keep saying PSA. I'd probably send it to Tag. I would think. Never particularly cared about PSA. But I certainly don't care about them now after everything I keep seeing and reading. So, I'll just do these two together. I'm collecting the WotC promos since I'm doing all the WotC era stuff. So, had my eyes on this Mew for a while because it's so affordable. Like, it's the non-holo, I think, is just not very desirable for people. So $4 for Mew. I think I paid 7 for Mischievous. I really wanted to pay 5. For some reason, I just guess I didn't feel like talking that vendor down. I don't know why. I think some of the cards were already cheap enough that I felt like it wasn't worth haggling over a buck or two. So, so I just paid asking for these, and I don't know. I was happy to do it. They only had one Mischievous as well. They had a bunch of these Mews, like probably 10 Mews. That they were all selling for $4. Some were $6, but this one looks like it's a really good LP with very little whitening. So, so uncertain why they had so many and why they weren't just all priced the same, even though some of the conditions looked the same as the $4 and $6 ones. But anyway, so that's all my vintage. Now, some of the newer stuff. I guess there's like one potentially vintage in here as well. But some cards that I just liked. And some cards that well, I have reasons. So Terapagos, these should all be, except for this one, maybe I'll do this one next. These should all just be near mint pack fresh, like maybe, you know, LP plus or something if there's any sort of whitening. These are all like art rares and illustration rares and stuff like that. So why don't we do this one first, actually. This is my last damaged card. You tell me if I got a good deal on this one. I actually couldn't find this card on TCG Player. The app was being really funky, and it was working. It was doing this with other cards too. Like I would look for Smeargle, and then it wouldn't pull up Smeargle from Neo Discovery, and then I'd have to search for it again, and then it would pull it up. But then I'd search for it a third time, and then it wouldn't be on the list again. And so I think they did that with this one, where Dialga was just not on the list for some reason. So this is a damaged card. It is like this whole side of the card is like peeling up and missing paint. Starting to look like little saran wrap edge. The top is kind of doing the same thing. There is dirt down here. What I hope is dirt and not like a coffee stain. It looks just like grime to me, so I kind of thought I could clean that off pretty easily at least. I do like a card that I can clean. It's kind of part of the fun for me sometimes, actually. If it's not an LP that's at a good price, I love a good gunky card that I can make look nicer. Clearly damaged, like even this right side, which looks like kind of heavily played, has got like a little creasing to it here. It's not a full crease, but like creasing is happening here in the corner. Oh, there's even like, looks like somebody stabbed it with a pen or something. Wow, I can't even see that in person, let alone on the camera. You can only really see it from the back. On the back here, right there above the O and Po, you can see where it looks like it got jabbed by something. It's protruding out of the back. So I don't know. I'm not familiar with these. You know, this is Diamond Pearl DPBP. I'm not sure. 16 out of 106. Level 68 Dialga. So let me know how I did on this one. It's damaged. I'm gonna clean it, but like even that is not gonna change the peeling on the side and the ballpoint pen aggression and all that other stuff. So, but I figured $3. It was kind of calling to me. I liked the art. I liked the holofoil. And I thought I would just risk it and figure it out later, especially since TCG was being zero help on this card. Alright, cool. Now for the new stuff. Well, bam. Well, bam. Well, bam. Well, bam, and well, bam. So, I love illustration rares. I think they are like one of the best things that has happened to Pokemon, because you get to see cards that people wouldn't normally care about. Not that Smeargle isn't a desirable character, but Smeargle, in his like modern habitat, creating art with his like coked out trainer in the background, egging him on, getting him to make better art, and it's just like, man, this thing pops. The colors are amazing. The whole card is just an art piece, absolutely beautiful. And Smeargle is a Generation 2 Pokemon. So like, I can own a card of a Pokemon that I'm well aware of and have known about for a long time, but in this beautiful new light. And this one is, I've learned, is called a trainer gallery because it's got the Pokemon and the trainer in the card. Although the first time I saw this, I didn't even notice the trainer. I just saw the Smeargle and the colors and the art and everything else. So, but man, look at that thing. And this was, I paid $4 for this because I thought it was just absolutely gorgeous. And he even had another one that was $5, which is strange because this looks like it's pack fresh, so I'm not sure if it was just like a mispriced thing where he priced one of them one day and then the price changed and he priced the other one, you know, the other day on the drop or on the rise. I don't know. But these cards are amazing to me. So nobody had Trapinch, but I was able to get a Vibrava and a Flygon, also illustration rare, which was really exciting for me because I played Pokemon Colosseum. I'm just noticing this Smeargle doesn't have... Oh yeah, it does. The star is like almost invisible at a certain angle. Oh my gosh. Like, you can... It's almost unnoticeable at a certain angle. You have to really look for it. That's wild. But I played Pokemon Colosseum growing up, which was a really fun game. And in that game, you get... I think it's Vibrava. I think Vibrava is the shadow Pokemon that you can catch. And I just stuck with it. I evolved it into Flygon, and I used Flygon all the way to the end. And so, like, Flygon has a special place in my heart. So does Vibrava, and honestly, so does Trapinch, because I also used Flygon in Sapphire version, I think it was. So, love this trilogy. I just need the Trapinch to complete that. So even though vintage is like my main thing and what I'm really setting out to do, when I find some of these newer cards, or I find cards that speak to me, I like to get them too, because that's also part of the fun. Also picked up some amazing rares, because when I first started collecting, which was not long ago, I could get a lot of these for like $1, and now some of them are $5, some of them are $3, and I'm trying to add some of these to my collection before I get outpriced and before they're all $10 and I don't care about them anymore. So kind of like some of the Radiant cards that I'm collecting, and like some of the oh gosh, there's another style of card that I'm collecting that I can't think of right now. These amazing rares, I think, are in a very similar vein, where they're very special, they're textured, they're basic Pokemon with like incredible moves as well. Like, I don't know how feasible this is in a game, but amazing destruction. Your opponent's active Pokemon is knocked out. It's just gone. Amazing Blaze, 270 damage for 3 energies. And then Reshiram deals 60 to itself. So basically it's a 2-for-1. You knock out one of theirs, he deals 60 to himself. You knock out another one, Reshiram's gone. So they seem like they even have the potential to see some play. Yeah, these are just pack fresh. Looks like they went from pack to sleeve. So I think I paid $2 for one of these and $3 for the other. I would really like to have paid, you know, a quarter for each of them, or 50 cents for each of them, or maybe even $1 for each of them, but they're only getting more expensive, and I bundled these in with a bunch of other cards and basically got one of them for free at the end of the deal. So even though I paid $3 for one, the $2 one just came along with it. So I thought that was okay. And now I've got those two, plus I've got a couple of Kyogres in the amazing rare department. Okay, so when I was cracking packs back in the 2000s and the 90s, a triple star rare, I guess this would have been the 2000s at that point, was like the thing, the chase, you know. It was Shining Tyranitar, or Shining Gyarados, or one of the, like, the 3-star rare slot was reserved for the shiny Pokemon, and it was the chase. And now you've got Walking Wake EX, this gold foily textured card that's a triple rare, and it was $6. And then you've got this Terapagos EX, and like I'm showing my ignorance here, also triple rare, but slightly different style of star. I'm not sure, they just look thicker. I paid $10 for this one. I didn't even look this one up, because I've been to 2 card shows, and the same seller that sold me my first card at the first card show sold me my last card at this card show. I had $10 left, and I went through his binder, and I saw this for 10, and I said, you know what? I'll take it. And so maybe I did bad on that, I don't know. But it just amazes me that cards like this, that look like they're the penultimate, are so cheap. So I don't know. So I added a couple of those to the collection today. They spoke to me. They jumped out. I cannot imagine that a triple star rare card is not going to be desirable to somebody at some time in the future, and I would rather get them while they're affordable than try to fight the crowd. So, all right, that's what we got. Couple goldies, couple amazing rares, three what are these even called? The Japanese ones are art rares, these illustration rares, the trainer gallery on the Smeargle, and then a whole bunch. I think Dialga is vintage for some people. It's not for me, but it is. What is this? 2008. So, like, yeah, actually, I mean, that's getting up there. So we got a nice stack of vintage, and then a little stack of some new for fun. A lot of this going to get cleaned. A lot of this going to go in the binder. Pretty excited about it. So thanks for tuning in, everybody. Second card show. I'm looking forward to more card shows, and letting everybody know what I get. I hope this is fun for you. Let me know. Take care.